The 2026 WNBA season is finally here, and on WNBA Opening Night, 5 different companies aired brand new commercials featuring one player. Not LeBron, not a Super Bowl quarterback, but for Caitlin Clark. State Farm, Gatorade, Lilly, Amazon Web Services, and a rumored 6th from Nike tied to her first game back, all dropping in the same 36-hour window. That doesn't happen by accident. Brands don't spend that kind of money on someone they think is a moment. They spend it on someone they think is a decade. And the reason why every single one of them made that bet comes down to one major announcement that Clark just made, hidden in one of the ads. How excited are you to see Caitlin back on the court? Let us know down in the comments below.
People think it's like you're good at something, or you're not. But really, you set a goal and you show up. Everybody's day one looks different. And every day is day one.
Before any of the commercials, before the endorsement deals, before the sold-out arenas, there was just a driveway in Des Moines, Iowa, and a kid shooting threes until it got too dark to see the rim. No crowd, no cameras, just reps. That's where this whole thing started. And if you skip past that part, none of what happened on opening night makes sense.
When Clark was growing up in Iowa, already running circles around the boys, her dad took her to see a WNBA game in Minnesota. She returned home hell-bent on adding distance to her jump shot.
I'm begging my dad to tear up some grass and pour more concrete so I could have an entire three-point line in my driveway.
Did that really happen? You extended your range by dumping more concrete?
Yeah, because it was kind of slanted. Our driveway was slanted, so I only had a three-point line on one side of the driveway. So I told my dad he had to tear up all this grass, and he did.
Her 4 years at Iowa weren't a rocket ship to stardom. It built slowly. She put up big numbers as a freshman, but the country wasn't fully paying attention yet. By her junior year, that changed. She broke Pete Maravich's all-time NCAA scoring record as a senior, a record that had stood since 1970. And suddenly, the people who ran TV networks and managed brand budgets started looking at women's college basketball with completely different eyes. Her Iowa games drew ratings that nobody in that building thought they'd see for another decade. Arenas sold out, opposing arenas sold out. People drove hours to watch a college basketball game because she was playing in it. So brands started circling, right? But the question they couldn't answer yet was whether her audience would follow her into the WNBA. That transition has burned companies before. A college star signs a big deal, turns pro, and the casual fans who showed up for March Madness just don't come back. Nobody wanted to write a 9-figure check and find out the hard way. What actually happened was the opposite of that. Her rookie season with the Indiana Fever pulled in TV numbers the league hadn't seen in years. And Lexi Hull, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and later on, Sophie Cunningham suddenly had a teammate who was dragging in first-time WNBA viewers every single game. The math changed for every brand that had been sitting on the fence.
But if you wait to feel ready, you're never gonna start. You let yourself be bad at it. And then you look up one day and you're like, oh, I can do this now. So start somewhere. Start anywhere. Just start how you can.
Eli Lilly's Start How You Can campaign lands the way it does because it's not built around perfection. It's built around the idea that you start where you are and keep going, which is genuinely Clark's story, not a version of it that a marketing team polished up. Lilly is headquartered in Indianapolis, same city as the Fever, so the connection between this pharmaceutical company and this basketball player isn't just a celebrity pairing. It's 2 Indiana institutions ending up on the same national stage, and that specificity is exactly why the campaign feels real. Brands didn't build their opening night around Clark because she's famous. They built it around her because her story was already finished before they wrote a single word of copy, and they knew their audience would believe every second of it.
You know what I respect most about you, Caitlin?
That I talk to a red foam pad even though it makes people uncomfortable?
No, it's that you put in the work night and day.
Just part of the job.
You know, State Farm's the same way. They work to help you get coverage that fits your life and budget.
I respect that.
So State Farm made a talking stanchion pad. Not a celebrity, not a catchy jingle, a padded piece of gym equipment that sits at the base of the basket. And they named him Stan. And Stan has opinions about Caitlin Clark. That's the commercial. 2 of them, actually, both 30 seconds, both aired on opening night during the Connecticut and New York game, and then again during Washington and Toronto. It's State Farm saying we've owned this piece of real estate since before Clark was in high school, and now we're giving it a voice.
Hey, Caitlin.
Hey.
You and me, we see everything. You on the court, me from up here.
You are 10 feet tall.
Runs in my family. Hey, you know who else sees everything?
State Farm.
Yeah, they look at everything to make sure you get coverage that fits your life and budget.
The 2 spots work because they're built around 2 different versions of Clark. In the first one, called See Everything, Stan watches her run the offense and tells her they have something in common. He sees everything from 10 feet in the air, and she sees the whole court before anyone else does. State Farm's coverage angle writes itself without anyone ever mentioning a policy.
I also see the camera guy wore his nifty vest again.
It's nice, huh?
Hey, you got any lip balm in there? I'm trapping like crazy.
The second spot, Put in the Work, puts Clark alone in the gym late, just getting reps up, and Stan sits there watching with this slightly smug energy, like he's seen 1,000 players come through and he knows exactly which ones are different. State Farm isn't selling insurance in either spot. They're selling the feeling that someone's always there, watching, covering you, and they're doing it through a piece of furniture, which is either a strange swing or a confident one depending on how much you trust the player to carry it. Clark carries it.
You know what else I respect? Gary at trivia last night.
It was nothing.
Hey, Gar, tell Caitlin that game winner.
Aaron Burr!
Man's a wizard.
Gatorade went a completely different direction. They didn't build a character or an abstract concept. They made 2,200 units of the Gatorade Lower Sugar X Caitlin. Clark Rainberry capsule, priced at $22 each, and Rainberry is actually her favorite flavor, so the product isn't manufactured around her, it's pulled from something real. Each capsule comes with a commemorative 20-ounce bottle and a 22 by 42-inch sideline towel with custom artwork tied to her Make It Rain 3S identity on the court. Only 2,200 exist. When they're gone, and that scarcity turns a hydration product into something fans actually want to own rather than just consume.
From the beginning, the W changed the game, and we called greatness from the very first tip. 30 seasons later, the talk was just fuel. Balling on the court, setting trends off it. The W isn't just raising the bar, they're redefining it. We're so back.
Amazon Web Services is the one that catches people off guard, because a cloud computing company buying into a basketball player's brand doesn't follow any obvious logic until you see what they actually built. The Inside the Game platform uses AI-powered analytics on real-time player tracking data to show fans things like the true difficulty of Clark's step-back threes. New metrics like WNBA gravity and WNBA shot difficulty are coming through this platform, so fans get to see the game the way Clark processes it, which connects directly to the same vision and intelligence angle that State Farm's Stan commercial is already working. AWS also signed on as a presenting partner for WNBA Live during the 2026 All-Star Weekend, so this isn't a one-night deal.
Yeah, let's go. The biggest. I'm a rapper and a baller, baby. It's no other foe. Millionaire straight out of college, baby. I been by my dough. When you pop it, they gon' follow crazy. That's just how it go. And I know that this my calling, but don't ask me how I know. Cause I'm bust to bust, jet to jet. I be out there on the road, from the court to the booth to the front cover of Vogue. Point one out that said they harder than me, they gon' get exposed.
What's worth paying attention to is how none of these 4 campaigns bump into each other. State Farm gets the recurring character with personality. Gatorade gets the physical, on-court performance tie-in with a product fans can hold. Lily gets the personal growth story rooted in Indiana. AWS gets the analytical, see the game differently angle. Clark has enough actual dimensions as a player and a person to hold all four at the same time without any of them feeling like a stretch. And that's not something you can manufacture. You either have that range or you don't. Brands spent the last 2 years debating whether women's basketball was worth a primary budget placement. Opening Night 2026 answered that. And Nike hasn't even aired their commercial yet. The 6th commercial from Nike is set to air for Clark's first game against the Dallas Wings, and what it's expected to majorly announced.
Hey, Caitlin! Can you make it from there?
Hey, Caitlin, how about from here?
Come on, guys.
Yeah, she can't make it from there.
No chance.
Caitlin, from me, don't let.
You got it.
I'm not even gonna ask.
Hey, Caitlin, from here might be impressive. Oh, am I right?
Whatever, Che.
From right here.
From there!
The boys wanna be her, the child wanna be her.
From anywhere.
Go back to Christmas Day 2025. Nike aired a 46-second ad during NBA broadcasts called From Anywhere, and it's structured like a gauntlet. Clark starts on an outdoor driveway, which isn't an accident given everything you already know about where her story begins. And then the challenges come one after another. Travis and Jason Kelsey call her out from their podcast set. Travis Scott gets involved. Michael Che heckles her from a stand-up show. Then Lisa Bluter, her coach at Iowa for all 4 years, steps in. Every single person in that ad is essentially asking the same question. Can you make it from here? And Clark keeps answering yes. The ad isn't really about shooting range, even though that's the surface of it. Every challenge she faces is someone questioning whether she belongs wherever she's standing. And the answer Nike builds the whole thing around is that it doesn't matter where you're standing. From anywhere works. That's the philosophy the shoe line is built on, and it travels further than basketball because it's not actually about basketball.
Hey, Caitlin, you're a pretty good basketball player, but you make it from here.
Jason, show them how you make it rain from downtown.
Can you hit it from here, Caitlin? Gotta make your free throws.
From right here.
Yep, baller.
Bet you can't do that, Caitlin.
Anyone else?
Sneaker business reporter Nick DePaula projected that Clark's signature shoe could become a $100 million business and potentially a top 5 signature franchise, not just in the WNBA, but across all of basketball. That's not a puff piece quote. That's someone who watches this market every single day, putting a number on what they think this line can do, and it puts Clark in a conversation with Nike's biggest names. Period. The major announcement is when her signature shoe finally drops. It will be on September 2026 during the WNBA season, so the shoe is on shelves while Clark is on the court every single week for the Indiana Fever and for Team USA. And every highlight, every Fever win, every step-back 3 feeds directly back to the product without Nike buying another second of airtime.
It's one of them ones that's going to set the market on fire and really help Nike's stock, I believe. And whatever the reason for the delay, some of it could just be the production and how long it takes to put all these things together, put a plan like this in place, put a rollout in place.
Wilson signed Clark to the first signature basketball deal since Michael Jordan, and that category sat dormant for decades before Wilson decided a WNBA player was the one to revive it. Wilson owns the ball she plays with. Nike owns what she wears. Those two deals don't compete with each other. They stack. And together they're building something around Clark that the sport hasn't seen assembled this fast around anyone. When the Nike shoe hits shelves in September 2026, the Fever won't just be playing basketball games anymore. Every game becomes a product launch event. Every Clark highlight feeds back into retail, and Indiana is going to be the center of women's sports in a way the franchise has never experienced before. That's not a prediction. That's just what happens when a player's on-court schedule and her biggest product launch run at exactly the same time.
Her signature shoe also on the way. That was part of this deal as well. Nick DePaula, who's an expert on all that, wrote this on X as well. Caitlin Clark's anticipated Nike signature shoe is expected to launch in spring 2026. And then there's a quote from Caitlin: Nike's signature roster features all-time greats, and I am incredibly proud to join some of the best athletes in the world. I'm excited to share a first look at what we've created together.
But the shoe only works if the team wins. And that's where Lexi Hull, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, and Sophie Cunningham actually matter to this whole story. Hull stretches the floor and plays the kind of physical defense that takes pressure off Clark on both ends. Boston is one of the best interior players in the league, a real post presence who draws doubles and kicks it out to open shooters. Mitchell attacks off the dribble and gets to the free throw line, so defenses can't cheat toward Clark the way they used to. Cunningham plays with an edge that changes the team's personality on nights when they need someone to set the tone physically. Brands don't want their athlete grinding through a .500 season. They want wins, and the Fever have the roster to get them. There's a complication, though, and it doesn't get talked about enough in the middle of all this commercial excitement. The WNBA's old guard veterans are trying their best to diminish Clark's star power, despite that same star power giving them a new collective bargaining agreement. Clark's commercial pull is real, but it runs through the league. And if the league and the players can't close the gap in recognizing her, the whole infrastructure around a September shoe launch gets shakier than it looks right now.
It's coming. And I think what it really means is, number one, Nike is going all in on Caitlin Clark after a while, after a little bit of a dormant period. Number two, 2026 is going to be just absolutely massive for her from a marketing standpoint because of that injury. And, because there's going to be such a thirst and hunger to see her play.
So 2026 sits at an intersection that's genuinely hard to map out cleanly. You've got Clark coming off 5 opening night commercials, a Wilson signature ball deal that sat dormant since Michael Jordan, a Nike shoe confirmed for September, and a Fever team with legitimate pieces around her. That's a lot of things pointing in the same direction at once. No WNBA player has ever had a product launch tied directly to an active season the way Clark will in 2026, which means every game she plays from opening tip through the playoffs is also, whether anyone calls it that or not, a commercial for something sitting on a shelf with her name on it. 5 commercials in one night, a Wilson signature ball deal that hadn't existed since Michael Jordan, and a Nike shoe confirmed for September 2026 with a Fever roster that can actually compete around her. That whole picture didn't come from a brand strategy meeting. It came from a kid in Iowa shooting threes alone until she couldn't see the basket anymore, and then doing it again the next day. How excited are you to see Caitlin back on the court? Let us know down in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.